Okay, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode. Welcome, Theo.
Hello.
Welcome, viewers of the Cosmos.
Hello.
No, I'm just kidding. But today we have an exciting thing because not a lot of people know about this. At least I didn't know about it. Maybe more people know now. So what we're going to kind of do is each week have me come up with something, or I'll come up with something to teach Theo. And next week Theo's going to come up with something to teach me. We're kind of going to do like a discussion type thing. And so first off, Theo, this week I'm going to kind of make it a little bit of a surprise, even though you already know what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
But
okay.
let me ask you a question. How do you feel when you go to the beach?
I mean, it depends, but usually pretty good after the beach. I just feel nice and toasty. I feel good. I don't feel sad, especially when I'm with everybody. It's a good time after the beach.
Or what about, like, I know you haven't gone camping in a tent, but have you ever just like walked around your yard without any shoes on?
Yeah. I learned a while back that if you walk around without your shoes on and stuff like that, that's just supposed to make you feel better. I don't know why, but I don't know, I just feel like I feel better if I walk around without my shoes in the garden or something like that.
But so today we're going to talk about grounding / earthing. And so this is something that was introduced to me by my good friend Nick Morrow, exotic animal trainer. Shout out to Nick, who's in vet school. Good luck, man. And so we're going to talk about what it is and then what it does for us. Grounding is a way that we reconnect our bodies to the earth. A lot of people out there are going to be like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, where's the science behind this? But it's actually very interesting. If you think about it, our bodies are basically just big machines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like literally robots well, not literally robots, but we just have electricity going through us, right?
Yeah.
Like nerve endings and stuff. And so, how do you feel after you've been around a bunch of machines or your TV all day or your computer and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, like after work, since like all I do is work with computers all day and X-ray equipment, and I kind of feel just like exhausted. But as soon as I like leave and like step out of the hospital, like automatically, I just feel like slightly like just better. It's just
Maybe like a more clear head and stuff.
Yeah, like automatically I feel better. Like obviously like air is crisper and everything, but it just feels less cluttered and everything.
Yeah, so that's like the problem with today's lifestyle is that we have so many electrical devices that literally overcharges our body. Because people didn't used to have this problem. And it's like if you go camping or we went to Cherry Lake, even though we probably weren't getting as much sleep as we usually do or eating as healthy as we should, you just feel better. It's just awesome because there's no electricity besides our phone. But so the central theory is that like there's a living matrix among all of our cells. That sounds kind of confusing, but the best way to explain it is all that electrical impulsivity, and it's kind of like what holds everything together. And so the claim or benefits are that if you ground yourself for a certain amount of time each day, it'll help you feel better. So like we were saying, sorry we had to cut for a second, it's easier to understand if we just say grounding. Helps prevent and treat a lot of ailments like brain fog, inflammation, heart disease. Some of these are like bold claims. There's not a ton of scientific research out there, but from the research that is, it's very convincing. And personally, I've done this and it's helped me a lot. Let's talk a little bit about that research. So 2 studies. One is from the Stephen Sinatra and his coworkers. They looked at a bunch of different studies that involved people being connected to the earth. And so the best way to do this is actually just being like barefoot on the earth. But there's a lot of different things that have conductivity sheets or mats or like bands that can ground you too. And so I looked at that, and all the studies resulted in significant physiological or clinical outcomes as a result of grounding. Their conclusion was, this body of research has demonstrated the potential of grounding to be a simple, natural, and accessible clinical strategy against the global epidemic of non-communicable, degenerative, inflammatory related diseases. And almost all diseases are driven by inflammation, right? So that's pretty encouraging. So how does this work? Let me tell you what I've done. My friend explained it to me as your body has a lot of positive ions, and since the earth is so large, it has a lot of negative ions, or maybe it's the opposite, I can't remember exactly, but it balances it out because there's so many electrons on the earth that helps ground you. Mm-hmm. And so he has been using the grounding mat. He sleeps with this big one on his bed, and he says he sleeps better and his knee pain went away. That's been there for like months. And so I was like, okay, that's cool. Then I got one for Christmas, a little set with a mat. And I tried it out, and the first night I slept so good. And I think it might have been a little bit of placebo at first, but now I sleep way better when I'm using it. And if I don't use it for a few days, the brain fog comes back. I don't sleep as well. I just feel I feel okay, but not good. Not great. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And so obviously this isn't like a direct cause and relationship. Sometimes correlation doesn't equal causation, right? But it made me feel better, and so I still use it. And so now let's prove this, because we can talk about this all we want, but do you want to see like some proof and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have my handy dandy voltmeter that I used to build robots with. But I gotta untangle it, so let's press pause. Okay, so this is the voltmeter. Have you ever used one of these before?
No, I've not used one of those.
Okay,
before.
so people use it just to test voltage, and to show you how it works, this is DC and has a big range. So we have this battery that is 1.5 volts. So we're gonna test that just to make sure it works. Oops, it's kind of hard to do without clamps, but see, it's about 1.5. So we know that works. And so now we're gonna test it on our body. Okay, so this is the lead from the earthing kit that I have, and this goes into the grounding port of your outlet. So it's like the little circle guy at the bottom. No electricity is gonna be involved. This simply just grounds you. So I'm gonna go plug that in, and we're gonna test it. Yeah. Okay, now we're actually gonna test it on a human trial. We have it connected to this mat. This is the conductivity mat. It also comes in a little band I like to wear that night when I'm sleeping. So in order to do this, you need the voltmeter to be grounded on the black end, the negative side. And so you're just gonna stick it into, we have an extension cord, but you can just do it in your outlet too. Or better yet, the actual earth. But since we're inside, we're gonna do this. So put in here, this won't shock you at all, because this port doesn't have anything to do with electricity. It's simply for grounding. And so right now, then you can hold the red lead, the positive lead, and let's see what my voltage is at. It's not super stable because I'm not holding it super well it's kind of hard to do, but we're at about 7. And now I'm gonna touch the mat and it should go down. So look at that, it went down a ton. Off, on. And so that's just proof that it works. Would you like to try?
Kinda now.
Okay, so put the black one into the hole. Nope, don't do that. And kind of push it so it's on the side. Yeah, and now just touch the red lead. And so your voltage is at like 9. And now I'll touch the mat.
Crap, I suck.
See, now you dropped to 10 too. Live reaction.
Wait, hold on. Does it work with my head then?
Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna prove that this actually works with the earth. We got the black lead grounded into the ground, and Theo's got his shoes on so we can show that this works. So right now the shoes are barring him from grounding, and so he's holding the lead. He's at about 0.013 volts. This is on AC, and we're not any electricians, so we don't know exactly what the voltage means. But now touch the ground. Now it's literally 0. The ultimate grounding machine is the earth. Should we show it one more time? Let's do it in live time so no one thinks we're cutting. Okay, 13. Wow. Nice, that's amazing. Okay guys, that's the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about earthing or grounding, I'm gonna leave some links in the description to where you can learn more about it. And I'll also leave some links on where you can purchase a grounding kit for beginners. They range from like maybe $20 to a couple hundred, but honestly, you don't need the expensive ones. I'll show you what works for me, and then hopefully it'll work for you. And so next time, Theo will be teaching us instead, and I'll be responding, listening. And so what are you gonna teach us, Theo?
I'm gonna teach the viewers on how to go to the gym, on like tips for beginners and everything, and especially tips on how to gain muscle and gain some weight when you're first starting out the gym. Things that people usually kind of skip and miss out on.
So advice from a professional bodybuilder?
Yeah, we're gonna have Arnold.
Okay. Okay, sounds
AKA
good.
Me.
Well, stay tuned, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.